Brother Nashi, please help me. I need your help. I am a colored woman. I am from the Cape, but I am living in a big house here in Johannesburg. I'm writing this to you because I saw your videos on YouTube. In my culture, we don't really know about these things that you are talking about. I am starting to learn about a lot of stuff about people that do come from Zim. My husband is from there, so I have my in-laws that are staying there in Zim. We have been there too many times. But what I noticed about my husband is that he never leaves me alone with his relatives. My husband is super rich. When we went to his country, the poverty that I saw starting off in his village, even though he is someone that is respected, I even felt my heart banging so hard across my chest when we arrived at his house. I expected the house to be modern, but we were sleeping in these mud houses, and I felt so sad because I just thought that these people, they were probably looking at this South African colored woman saying that she is only married to our relative because of money. I felt so bad at that time, so much that I started giving everyone that I would meet money. My husband, he only agreed for us to renovate the houses at his village after I became cross with him. I said, what kind of life is this? You've forgotten your own people. I thought that us enjoying money here in South Africa, you are also taking care of your own mother. When we went there, my mother-in-law, she was suffering from high blood pressure and she was so sick. Her legs were so swollen. She had one right leg that was swollen so much that I felt so sorry for him. Yet she has a son that drives your Raptors, drive any car that you can think of. My husband can drive a car for 3 months and he will be like, I don't like the shape of this car. I don't like the color of this car. And he goes to the dealership, to the same dealership. He can even go and take the same car, but in a different color. In our culture, we do not believe about these money rituals. But now I feel as if I am living with a man who is a ritualist. I grew up believing in hard work, going to church like I do with my family. But what I am seeing in my house, it is making me to lose my mind. I met my husband many years ago. He is a man that do come from across the border. I instantly fell in love with him. When I met him, he was a simple bush mechanic just working under a tree, and he was very good at his job. I had my brother who wanted one of his BMW to be painted, and he had been told about this Zim guy that knew how to paint cars. Even white people, they would come and get their cars painted by him. They would collect him and go with him to the places where they had their garages. When we went there, even my brother, he was not even sure about it because he was like, this guy who paints cars underneath a tree is going to mess up my car. We then spoke. Him and my brother ended up agreeing that he was going to paint the car at the place where my brother is working under the shade so that the clouds and whatever won't affect some of the things that they were talking about. This man, I fell in love with him because my brother, he would take me and I would be there. Sometimes I would end up assisting him. It then happened that one day my brother left me with this man who became my husband. One thing led to another and I fell in love with him and we got married. Things started to change. After my husband had gone to his village, I even had a terrible nightmare where I saw myself, I was being chased in a dark forest, and the person that was chasing me, it seemed as if that person was someone that was really familiar, someone that I knew very well. And when I woke up, the first person that came to my mind, it was the man that I was dating. But because it is not in our culture, I did not even think about money rituals or anything. I just said that maybe it was a terrible dream, or maybe I was jealous thinking that him being in Zim, he was busy with other women. That was something that I thought about, something that came across my mind before I went to bed. I was like, with the way that I love this man, what if he goes to him and he never comes back? And by then I was already pregnant. So I was having these pregnant dreams. You know what they are like. So I was asking myself a lot of questions like, what is going to happen if he does not come back to South Africa? I did not even know that maybe this was God that was trying to speak to me directly so that I can know that these are some of the things that were happening behind my back. To this very day, I truly do not even understand if my husband is a ritualist or not. So I want people that have experience to assist me in telling me if my husband is a ritualist or not. There is a secret in our house apart from my husband complaining. If I say I want money, because at the end of the month, even though he gives me money, but I want money from him because I see him as a man that can't take full responsibility for his family, his parents that brought him into this world. So I always make it my mission to tell him that he has to give me money. Ever since I have started doing that, my husband, he is always swearing. He can swear on top of his voice if I tell him that I want you to give me money so that I can go and I can send it to your people, because I now know how to send money to him. He can even threaten to look for people that can kill me. My husband, he owns a big workshop. He is hiring white mechanic guys. He has a lot of workers and he has so many cars. He drives right now. He drives a Raptor and he bought me a Range Rover. We live in a big house. We have a swimming pool, a double garage with cars that he parks there that he does not even drive. But if I tell him that I want maybe 2K so that I can go and send it to your mom at PEP, my husband will get so mad at me and he has to complain first for hours and hours, and I'll be following him until he gives me the money. There is another secret as well that is killing me in this house. Brother Nashi, your brother, he does not want to bath. I am not talking about skipping a day because he is tired. I am talking about weeks and months. A mechanic, you know, a mechanic cannot go even for a day without bathing. But as for my husband, he really does not even mind. He can go for days and days without even bathing. He can only bath when I complain. Sometimes even when I complain, he even have the nerves to ignore me. He can ignore me and pretend as if he is not even hearing me. Even if I say that you're not going to sleep in my bed, you know what he does? He can take a blanket and he will go and he would sleep in another room and he would just say, I love you, my wife. I'm going to come back tomorrow. That is all that he would say. My husband is just like that, and I do not understand why he does not like to bath. My husband, as a mechanic, he works with oil, he works with grease, sweat all day. You can imagine the smell, but when he comes home, he refuses to touch the shower. At first, I thought that my husband is too tired. I would run a warm bath with expensive soaps and candles. I would say, my husband, my king, you just need to relax in the water. But he would look at the water like the water can bite him back, and he would just start a fight and he would say, leave me alone. I am a busy man. I do not have time for your bubble bath. He would sit sometimes on our expensive leather sofa covered in his black oil and sweat. And the smell sometimes that comes out of him is like a goat that has been dead for 3 days. And at the same time, he would try to demand to sleep with me. There were many nights when I would lock him out of my bedroom saying that you can't be sleeping with me when I know that you slept with me 3 days ago and you refused to even go and bath after you have slept with me. The smell, it is just too much. There are times when he forces himself to sleep in my bedroom and I have to spray perfume so that I can be able to breathe in my own bedroom. The worst part is that if he is in the mood, bro, the way that he will demand to kiss me, sis, brother Nashi, the smell from the skin, it is just too much, enough to make a person faint. If you see him driving a big car like a Raptor, you will never think that this guy, when he went out, maybe going to the mall, all that he does is that he takes his body lotion and he sprays a lot of perfume and he walks like that days and days. The man has not even bathed. One day, I could not take it anymore. I waited for him to return back from work and I said, if you do not bath today, I'm not going to be sleeping with you. And if you do not want me to get angry, you have to bath. I'm going to be sleeping in the guest room. I cannot live like this. You have money, but you want us to live like we are some pigs. Where is your dignity? Where is your humanity? He looked at me and he said, okay, it's fine. I will go to the shower. And I said, okay, that's fine. Today he listened to me. I heard the water running. I heard him singing loudly in the bathroom, his Shona songs. And I said, finally, my husband is back. But I felt something was wrong. The singing, it was too loud. It was too dramatic, like he was trying to hide something else. I sneaked to the bathroom door and I looked through the small gap. My heart stopped. I have never seen a man like this. The shower was running, but my husband was not under the water. He was sitting on the very edge of the bathtub, far away from the shower, and he was holding a pack of baby wipes. He was wiping his arms, his face with the wet tissues and throwing them into a plastic bag. He was faking the singing so that I could think that he was enjoying the water. He is terrified of water. It is like water is poison to him. I opened the door and I was mad like hell. I said, this man, what kind of a man is this? I said to him, why are you faking bathing? Why are you using baby wipes as if you are a newborn baby? So my husband, he just sat there and he started smiling and he was like, Aish, you caught me. And I said, yeah, right, I caught you. Why do you hate bathing so much? The water is warm. Why do you hate bathing? Do you have a phobia for water? And then he said to me, you do not understand. I am someone that respects his ancestors, and my ancestors are very traditional, and our family, it comes from a very dry place, and we are told that we are not used to bath using the South African water. It will wipe my luck away. I do not want to go broke. They told me that if I bath using this South African water more often, we will stop getting customers, babe. We will lose that tender because we also fix government cars, mainly your SAPS vehicles. And he said that it will kill our business, and I do not want us to return back to be staying in the locations. I just sat there. I was flabbergasted by this guy. He told me the weirdest thing that I did not even know, that this was a secret that this man is busy doing in my house. Every week, he told me that he pays a long distance bus driver to bring him a 20-liter container of water from a specific river in his village in Zim. He even showed me that river, but he did not tell me more about that river. He said that it is the only water that he is allowed to bath with. He said since he can only get about 20 liters of water since this bus, it comes to Joburg once or twice a week. So he can't be wasting this water. That is the only water that he touches. And it is true, because when we have eaten, he always have his own water that he drinks. He put it in the fridge and he only drinks that water. I've never seen him drinking water from the tap, even buying your purified water. He does not do that. He told me that this water, most of it stays in his office at the garage. He drinks it and he uses a little bit of it to splash on his face. Since it is only 20 liters, he can't afford to be wasting it and bathing every day. So he only baths here and there. And it is true, Brother Nashi. This is what my husband does. The other thing that I have noticed is that even when other mechanics are struggling, there are people that are queuing to give my husband his car. He once told me that he wanted to show me his magic. The magic that he does, if you are someone that is traveling and you are passing through his garage, your car can just break down and he will tow you to his garage and then you will get it fixed. There are people that bring their cars. You can have a brand new car straight from a dealership, then it can just break down. But if he just touches it, that car will start. And that is what this man has been doing. And what I have noticed, Brother Nashi, is that he does not love to uplift his own family members. He has family members that are suffering in his country. I know that mechanics, they make sure that they teach their relatives how to become mechanics, but not my husband. That is something that he does not even want to do, and he does not even want to have such a conversation. If you try to have a conversation with him about that, you will get him angry in a very short period of time. You'll be like, everyone is supposed to train himself how to work, and he hates sending money to his own family back in Zim. The money is good, but in my house there is no intimacy. I do not have any intentions of cheating on him. How can I be romantic with a man who smells like a rubbish dump? And my husband, sometimes in the middle of the night, you can just see him walking outside. He can just go outside and he can stand outside just there, and you do not even know what he is busy doing. And when I ask him, he'll be like, "Oh, I was speaking with my ancestors." It's like weird, as if I'm staying with a dirty sangoma. I'm a colored woman. I don't believe in these ritual things, but lately I am feeling as if I am living in a ritual movie. I have a husband who gives me whatever that I want. My husband, sometimes he will end up demanding his marital rights. And when it comes close to me, I have to close my eyes and hold my breath. Most of the times, I just give him from the back. This is what I do when he demands that he wants me to give it to him. I just take a comforter and I wrap myself in it, and I just leave the back area open for him, and I cover my nose with a mask because I do not want to smell him. I feel like I am going to hell because I am staying with my husband because of cash. I do not want to be poor again. He has uplifted my family. I'm sharing this because I want your listeners who has experienced in this spiritual stuff to just tell me, a new follower here to your channel. Your dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. Let us try to speak with our dear sister in the comment section. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Even if we say that he hates bathing, but can someone go for a month without bathing? Do you think that it is possible? Let us speak with our dear sister in the comment section. Your